Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about the narcissist. Discard. There is a big difference between the discard and the ending of the relationship, you ending the relationship, and the breakdown of a healthy relationship. When it comes to you ending the relationship, you've usually worked out that their pattern of behaviour just isn't right and you've had enough, and it's time to close the door on that chapter of your life, and as painful as it is, move on to find your joy, to find your happiness. The breakdown of any relationship is painful, and it can just be two people who are no longer wanting the same things out of life, who have grown apart. However, they would find some way to make it as painless. All relationship breakups are painful. They would find a way to make it as painless as possible on each other, especially if they've got children together. Even if one was harbouring a bit of resentment or a bit of anger towards the other one, they would still have that compassion to care about each other, to be able to do it as amicably as possible. When it comes to a narcissist discard, a narcissist discards somebody because they no longer feel like that person is meeting the narcissist's needs. So a narcissist can be all for one of their children when they're getting the attention they believe they deserve from their child. And then they can meet a new partner and they can drop the child and spend all the time with the new partner. The new partner might not be doing what they want them to do, so they might be spending all their time with their friends. Their friends might not be doing as they want, so they will circle back round and pick their child up. Or the same with parents, when they need something from their parents, usually money or a place to stay because the partner they're with has figured them out, they will suck up to their parents. They will butter them up. They will play nice, or they'll play the sympathy card claiming how the person they're with is crazy to get a roof over their head, to get that loan from their parents. Then as soon as they've got that need met, they revert back to who they truly are. And when they find somebody else that can meet that need, they just cut them out of their lives again. And this isn't children that are just growing up and finding their independence, or children that have fallen on hard times and need a little help and support. This is people who are exploiting other people to meet a need of their own. The narcissist discard is when they believe that somebody is no longer meeting their needs, and as they feel entitled to have their needs met, if they can no longer exploit somebody, they will just get rid of that person like a piece of trash because they no longer care for that person. The discard is when the narcissist is rejecting or getting rid of something they no longer find useful. And when it comes to a narcissist discard, it's often better known as disengagement, as they will circle back round when they believe the person they're discarding at that moment has something to offer them. If they feel envious of the person in the future, they will come back to hoover that person to take from that person again. And if they cannot take from that person, they will sabotage that person with endless smear campaigns. When it comes to a narcissist discard, one of their favourite ways to discard somebody is to blame the other person as to why the narcissist is discarding them, because they don't want to be responsible for their own behaviour. They want the other person to question themselves, doubt themselves. They're going to come at the other person with, if you would have paid me more attention. A narcissist will blame their partner for paying their own child attention as a reason to leave that person, as a reason to cheat on that person because they believe they are deserving of special attention. So if they're not getting that special attention, to the narcissist, it's your fault for not giving them the attention, and they've got every right to up and leave and go for somebody who is giving them that attention. And when that person's no longer giving them that attention, because let's face it, life happens and we have to live. We can't be there 100% of the time for somebody else. We have our own lives to live. So when it isn't working out with that new person, they come back for the Hoover. So one of the narcissist's favourite discards is when they find a way to blame you. More often than not, you then question yourself, work harder to change who you are as a person to please them, and are more accepting when they come back for the Hoover, because you were led to believe by them that you were the one to blame for the discard, when in reality they weren't willing to communicate, they weren't willing to compromise, they weren't willing to express their feelings, but they were willing to up and leave for somebody new without a care for how that affected you. Another discard a narcissist will use is the one where they claim they just want to break, they just need a bit of space, they just need to figure things out, when in reality they're usually figuring out who's going to provide them what they need and which person would better suit them at that moment in time, and the best way they can go about it without getting blamed for doing anything wrong. Also, by saying that they need a little bit of space, they can usually get people running around after them, chasing them, helping them, asking them what they've done wrong, asking them what they can do better, supplying the narcissist with the attention that the narcissist believes they're entitled to. There's the narcissist reverse discard, usually when they have got somebody else lined up, when they can come at you with playing the sympathy, claiming how they're not good enough, how you're always criticising them, how they feel like they can't do right by you. What a form of projection by the narcissist, because that's how they make you feel. They make you feel like you can't do right by them, but they're going to come at you claiming that they believe they can't do right by you, to get you to feel guilty, to get you to work harder to please them, to get you to lift their spirits, to get you to give them that attention of just how incredible they are, just how amazing they are, so that you focus less on all the negatives within the relationship and focus on the positives within the relationship, because you care about them. You're trying to build them up. This can backfire on a narcissist, because some people can say, because they love the person, they can say, I'm sorry, you are enough for me, but if you don't feel enough, then you need to go and work on you and find who you are as a person. To which a narcissist is then going to play the victim to everybody else, claiming that you discarded them, you finished it with them. They're going to be running around telling everybody, after all they've done for you, after all they've done for their child over the years, and the child has no respect and has just walked out of their life, after all they've done for their partner over the years, and their partner just was never enough for their partner. So they are going to find a way to pass the blame over to you, so they can escape any responsibility, so they can escape any consequences for their actions. There's the discard where they just up and leave and disappear on you, and you can't get hold of them. You've no idea where they are or what they're doing. And if this is a partner that's disappeared on you, and you're blowing up their phone with messages because you're concerned about them and want to know that they're okay, you're concerned about their welfare, you might be getting in touch with their friends and family, seeing if they've heard anything from them, because they've just but you don't want to accuse them of anything, you just want to make sure they're okay. However, to a narcissist, they will be going to their friends and family, they'll be going to their new partner. Look, they're obsessed with me, they're stalking me, they won't leave me alone, even though you are just concerned about where they are. And some narcissists will even take this to the police to get restraining orders on you, even though they've just up and left and ghosted you and you're just concerned about their whereabouts. With a narcissist, it's all a gameplay to triangulate people so that people look fondly on the narcissist and look negatively on you. There's the one they use to punish you. So if a narcissistic child is trying to get their parents to do something and their parents won't do it for them, the narcissist will just not speak to them for 6 months and then often come back with the hoover, they play nice when the narcissist needs something from their parents, or when they're cheating on their partner and their partner started to question about somebody the narcissist usually claims they know absolutely nothing about. So they are going to up and leave you in some of the most cruelest ways, because when you catch a narcissist cheating, that narcissist will never trust you again. So they believe you're in the wrong for catching them out. You're in the wrong for questioning their entitlement. You're in the wrong for questioning their superiority. So they're going to discard you in such a painful way, and often moving straight in with somebody new, because nobody falls in love faster than a narcissist who needs a place to stay. A narcissist can discard simply because you've put a boundary up, you've said no to them, and again it's questioned their sense of entitlement. They're not getting their own way, they're not getting their needs met, they're not willing to listen to you or why you said no, what your intentions are, what your feelings are. They just feel like you've turned against them, so they're going to discard you. Same if they go and ask their parents to loan them some money and their parents say no, they might call out with the guilt trip of, you loan it to my sister, you helped my sister out, you've done everything for my sister, what about me? When are you going to help me? And the more the parents say no, the narcissist will then discard the parents until the narcissist needs something from the parents again, and then the narcissist might even say, I'm off to eat humble pie. As they go and hoover the parents, they go and suck them back in to get their needs met from the parents. The same with their own children. When they've got something more important on, they'll be interested in that more important thing. When they are bored, they will go and suck up to their own children. They may shower their children with praise. They may shower their children with gifts. And that's the most confusing thing about narcissistic parents, narcissistic people, is they don't treat you badly all of the time. They don't come along and say they dislike you and they're going to take everything from you. They claim that they love you while they gaslight you into not seeing who they truly are. If someone continually, it's a repeat pattern of behaviour, if someone continually gives you the silent treatment, they have things that they need to work on, and it is not your responsibility to fix those who are creating your problems. It is your responsibility to recognise who they are as a person and recognise that you need to step away from them for your own joy, for your own happiness, for your own mental health, for your own emotional well-being. And yes, it can be painful, especially when it's parents. However, it is worth it. Narcissists can discard simply because they are bored and they want to create a little bit of drama in their life. You can give a narcissist absolutely everything. You can give them all your time, all your attention. They will still want more. And when they get bored, they can discard, cause utter carnage, and then blame you for the carnage. so that they can get away with their behaviour and so that they can exploit, extract sympathy from those around them. A narcissist can discard simply because they don't feel like the centre of attention. So if there's a bunch of siblings and one sibling is more in need and that narcissist doesn't believe they're getting the attention they believe they're entitled to, they can step away from the family unit. If they have a child and they believe the other parent is paying the child more attention than they are to the narcissist can discard as a punishment because they don't believe they're getting the attention. It's all about the selfishness of the entitlement behind the narcissist, intentions behind their behaviour. And one of the characteristics is requires excessive attention, requires excessive praise. And if they're not getting that, they feel criticised and they discard people. A narcissist will often discard people when people need the narcissist because it's not all about the narcissist. Therefore, the narcissist is no longer interested. They're not interested in helping you. They're interested in helping themselves. You can actually be running along quite nicely in life. You can think that everything is going well and they can up and leave. You can be walking along a boat in a nice sunset, having a very, very pleasant evening, everything going well, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the narcissist will shove you straight overboard. They will then either claim that you bumped into them or you tripped up over your own feet or somehow it's your fault, and they will stand there and watch you drown just long enough so when you're about to give up hope, they'll throw you the buoy, they'll pull you back on board, they will dry you off, they will suck you back in to the relationship. They will claim how they saved your life. Remember that one time when I came and rescued you after everything I've done to you. So you feel obligated to help them. And just as you get things going again, they'll shove you straight over again. And the cycle keeps on repeating until you recognise what is happening and you leave them. The final discard when it comes to a narcissist, the final discard comes from you. When you say no more, when you've had enough of their behaviour, when you recognise what they are doing, when you step away from their games, leave them to go and live their life however they want to go and live it, while you go and live your best life without them in it. You deserve better than those who up and leave you, because you wouldn't up and leave people. You are there for people who you care about, and you deserve people who are there for you because they care about you. With a narcissist, they are selfish to the core and they are only interested in getting their own needs met. And they use many manipulative tactics to get their own needs met. It is all a game to them. You are enough and you do deserve better. I am currently full for one-to-one coaching. I have partnered with BetterHelp and I shall add their sponsored link into the description if you need somebody to talk to. Remember, being discarded, it is painful, but use that pain to make you. Do not let it break you. Yes, you're allowed to grieve. It's part of the process. However, you also need to focus on you, focus on your future. Because at the end of the day, the person who is left there with you is you. So learning to talk to yourself the right way, learning to recognise how they treated you says nothing about who you are as a person and everything about who they are as a person. Thank you for listening, and go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.